Good afternoon to brother and sister of Dhamma. Okay, our second topic, we are covering this Cūḻa-kammavibhaṅga sutta. Basically, this sutta cover the aspect of what is karma. What Buddha described it in a way, very elaborated way of understanding what this karma is about. Okay, so we're going to learn more things about karma, which you all, I believe, have previously go through in the early years. So for this diploma, every topic is important. Every topic will be tested. Okay, we have a short rundown of this sutta, what is it about, okay? Before we go elaborate on this detailed study on this particular sutta. So the key themes that Buddha explained how this karma, Buddhist karma is intention action. I mean, what you have start in your mind. It's not your action that start, it's the mind that conceive this idea of what you intend to do. This will shape the human destiny, addressing the misconception about why people experience different outcome of life. So Buddha gave a very clear explanation about this. The story starts about this particular sutta. This Brahmin student happened to encounter a Buddha. So his name is Subha, and he asked Buddha about this question. Why are some people short life, sickly, ugly, poor, low status, or foolish? And then while others are having long life, healthy, beautiful, wealthy, high status, or wise. So our Buddha replies that beings experience all the above results according to their karma. I mean, karma is the action they do in the past and the present moment. So moment that cause all these result. So our Buddha explanation of karma, look at the side in the slide. The sutta categorize karma into categories. Categories are unwholesome, the bad karma, and the wholesome, the good karma. And its effect after of this thing ripening. Right? So Buddha explained action and the result, or what we call vipaka. So in your past or present life, if you do killing or harming beings, it will cause you short life and sickness. Okay? So this is a result of killing. That's why when you take the 5 precepts, very be mindful of, especially when taking live fish, okay, or live crab, all these things. When you already take the precept, very mindful of this, you should not see anything that is alive and then slaughter for you. So if you, by doing act of killing, that means your intention of eating this freshness of the fish or the crab, you do an act of killing. So as we take 5 precepts, from this very moment, especially when you take a precept in front of the Buddha image, it must not stop all this kind of previous thing which you done it unknowingly. So killing is you have to perform it at every moment. So that's why even the ant, even the insect, you try not to kill them, to avoid them. But this is part and parcel. So when you take up a Buddhist precept, all these things must be very mindful. Second one, hurting others, or what I call cruelty. So the result, you have chronic illnesses. Your whole life will suffering all these chronic illnesses and deformity. So all these things are causing the result of your present life. And then next one, when you have anger and hatred, the result, you have an ugly appearance in your current life or your next life. Okay, so all these are explanation Buddha explained clearly to this particular Brahmin student. Next one, envy, jealousy. Then your next line, you will have a low status, and then or you suffer from lack of influence. Okay, and then stinginess. When you are kind, not charitable, your next life you will be suffer in poverty. Right? That's why in the present life, when I do donation, all this, with a clear understanding, every time we give, you say you are trying to practice the act of charity without any attachment, that you perform this act is to reduce your greediness. So by doing this, you will stop you from having a very bad reborn in the next life. Arrogant or disrespect family, then you are born in the low caste, in the low part of society where you are subject to suffering. And then next one is not seeking wisdom. You are born with stupidity and dullness. Okay, that's why you see human, when they are born in their present life having all this kind of defect, then you understand that this is a cause of previous deed which is going to go through in this current life. If not, in the next life. So when you when you're under the 5 precepts, please be mindful of whatever you are doing. Okay, so we go to the next one. So Buddha explanation of the karma go further into wholesome act. What is a wholesome act? Wholesome act, when you do wholesome act, avoiding killing, or what I call compassion, result you in a long life and good health. And then when your action is gentleness, and then your kindness, never ever angry, then your next life you have beauty, attractiveness. I mean, you are born, your face feature is all of the shown on the good kind. Okay, more of attract to the public. Next one, generosity, dana. So when you're having this kind of generosity, next life you'll be born with a wealthy family, or you have more abundant of wealth. And then humility and respect. You are kind of kind nature, and you, respect, especially the elderly, and then other people. If you have this kind of character, in your next life, you'll be born in a high status, good reputation kind of human being. And then you also practice seeking knowledge. Every human, if we keep on seeking knowledge, in your next life, you have more wisdom and intelligence. That's why people like Warren Buffett, he every day he keep on reading books about 5,000 words a day, and most one whole book. Okay, so that's why he's a kind of very intelligent people. He can predict, see forward, foresight, that we normal people cannot able to read through. He's armed with this kind of feature that he able to invest in very good stock. So next thing, the key teaching on the karma. Karma is not deterministic. Your past influence, but do not fully dictate present life. Some of the Samana teacher, they preach that this life is deterministic. Okay, Chinese call 注定. You born already, is this kind of life. So we can never change. You have to go through all this kind of life for your whole, until your last day. So in Buddhist, karma is not deterministic. Yes, if you done something wrong, your past action will influence your current moment. But Buddha, by example, I already thought Angulimala, the one that cut all the people's finger, he managed to stop killing the mother and the 99 finger there, 100 finger there. And then he stopped at 99. He able to convince Angulimala. Angulimala is a good example. From a very bad person because of wrong view from his teacher, then he able to convert this murderer into an arahant. So this is what Buddhist say. When you turn the moment, you have a total change. So karma is not deterministic, unlike other kind of practices. They say that karma is destiny. Present effort matters. The present moment, what you're doing is very important. One can change destiny by practicing virtue, generosity, and wisdom. So at your current moment, so when you're still in this present world, so by all times, practice virtue, and then generosity and wisdom. With this, you will not encounter problem in your future life unless a very, very bad karma in your past, then your next life will be affected. If you are particularly a reasonable person, you should not be affected by all this bad karma. Not all suffering is due to past karma. Okay? And also Buddha also said, all karma is not also due to this karma factor. He ever mentioned some hardship arise from natural causes. Okay? Example, illness, accident, and so on. Like we are born in Malaysia. It's quite a stable country with all the resources all available, and you all can practice Buddhism with no hindrances. All these are your past karma, which result you born in Malaysia. With this blessing, you're able to learn Buddhism and carry on practice to your next life. So people like, good example, Middle East, in Israel and Palestinian and Arab country. Every day, they don't look good at each other. So every day they have problem because they are fighting with one misconception of God. And then they keep on no end to suffering. So it's a blessing. You are not born down there. Because you are born down there, every day you see suffering. These are real suffering. Okay? So this is a blessing. When you next existence, you are born in the right place, right time, then you are blessed. When you're born in the wrong place, wrong time, then you have a curse. So these are people born to down there because the past create the present. Because this is called not all things because of the past. These are also born at the right time at the place where all this suffering occur, then you are really very, very bad luck. So karma explanation is very wide, okay? Unlike the other one, which give you a very definite answer. Then the Buddha conclusion say that people experience different results, not by chance. This karma don't happen by chance, not by fate or divine. God bring you here. That's why you suffer. By divine. Divine means God. But due to their own action. That's why we Buddhists, the only thing that control us is a karma. And the only thing that determine our moral is our karma. So whenever you do bad thing, remember the karma will follow. It's like shadow. So everything you do, the shadow will follow you. So before do any bad thing, always remember to put a break, not to perform it. So you perform it, you answer for yourself. And the path to better future lies in the right action. This Buddha preach right action, sila. Very good, very it's a kind of morality which you must do by all means. Have to keep it to it. And then meditation, samadhi. So meditation in a way to calm down your mind and not to do any foolish action. And wisdom, pana. When you practice the first two, the wisdom will slowly arise. This is a way how you create wisdom. You must go through the process then in order to gain all this knowledge. So this introduction of this basic of this sutta, it just give you this lesson. Take responsibility for your action. They shape your life. Okay. So at the very moment when doing, every day we are practicing it, you are shaping your life, your current life, because our current life depends on the action we are doing. Cultivate good karma through generosity, kindness, and ethical conduct. And avoid fatalism. Fatalism means like the Hokkien that you say, 注定, 注定. If everything 注定, no need to do it. Even if the past karma was bad, present effort can change outcome. That's why Angulimala and Ashoka. Ashoka also a bad king. He killed all his brothers and killed so many people in the battle. So he should be destined in a woeful state. But because he supported, he changed, and then he to the Buddhist kind of way of life. And then he also do a great thing to conduct the third Buddhist council. With this, he can able suppress all his bad karma, which is destined to go to hell, definite hell. But he able to bypass it and go to a better existence. So this sutta refutes the Brahminical belief in fixed caste destinies. I mean, in society, they are divided into different castes. Caste of you low caste is forever down there in this life. And emphasize personal morality responsibility. So your good and bad character yourself is your own built-in. It's your own personal thing which you act. So it's nobody or responsible for you. And unlike some religion, they have wrong ideas of this wrong action because somebody asked you to do that. Okay, nobody asked you to do bad. It's you yourself responsible for yourself. Okay, so basically, this is taken from a very short explanation on this particular sutta. Okay, so this is a rundown. So we're going to go detail into this sutta. What is it about? It's all about karma. So Cūḻa-kammavibhaṅga sutta, the theme of this sutta is about an observer on the phenomenon happening in the human world that perplex and baffle about the disparity of inequality among humans in many attributes and dimensions. I mean, every day in this human world, you see all kind, all status, all various kind of people. Sometimes you think, how come these people are behaving this way? And why they behave this way? And some are so poor, and some are so rich, filthy rich, and some are so poor that they are scraping for every bit of money or every bit of food to survive each passing day. So these are things happening in a human world. And then when we look at it, when you take a close reflection on it, you see many of things that are Buddha preach are happening every day in our society. So in those days, the what I call Brahmanism, they believe this believer of gods or theism, they call it Vedic, offer a simplistic yet inconclusive explanation, attribute that such phenomena to the unquestioned and absolute wish of the Creator God. So unjustified and all the status of these people suffering in Indian time, Indian society during that Buddha's period, is they claim it to be done by the hand of a Creator God. Creator God give you this destiny. So you are fated, then you have to live with this life until the end of the day, until your life expires. So this is a very brutal and also a very kind of explanation which make the Indian society until today they are having this problem. It's having this sort, all are done by the wish of the God, the hand of the God. That's why don't question about it. So Hinduism until today today refine some of the doctrine, now say about karma, all that thing coming in, but still following the old fashioned way that everything is a work of the God. Then materialists attribute to fortuity. That means by chance, materialists say, if you are the kind, especially the bad one, it's by chance it happened like that. So materialist people believe that as long as in this life you enjoy the maximum of all your five senses, all the best, then don't care about what in the past, what in the future, the present life might enjoy to the maximum. So don't care about past life, present life, and what will happen to you. So if you have the capability, enjoy as much as you can with the five senses. This is what materialists practicing. For those who have no religion, and then they're practicing this, accumulating more wealth, materialists, they are called materialists because the only things they can see is the five senses. Five senses, as long as they can feel, touch, or whatever, they claim that this is the truth. So materialist people won't believe any God, neither karma nor anything. So a young truth seeker by the name of Subha, with this kind of problem stuck in his mind, so he approached Buddha for these answers. Subha questioned the Buddha on the following: why are mankind have all these kind of problems? Short life, long life, disease, healthy, ugly, beautiful, powerless, powerful, poor, rich, low born, high born, ignorant, and wise. So these are common problems, right? Every day you can see in the society, right? Then we fact ourselves, we also fall under this category. Okay. So what to do? So Buddha have to give answer to this particular inquiry. So Buddha replied, all beings have karma as their own. I mean, you own the karma. It's your property, right? So you own it. Their inheritance. So inheritance in the past, it will pass you to the present. So all these are inheritance. Their congeniate cause. I mean, congeniate means the kind of how to explain congeniate. Anybody any idea? For science, is regarding the DNA one. That means it's something like moving from the past to the present, right? And their kinsmen, their so-called relatives, their refuse is a karma that differentiates beings into low and high states. So in the past, in the Indian society divided into four classes. The lowest one is to serve the upper three castes. So this is a very thing still happening in India today. So for those who never try to get out from there, they are still following this system. There are many untouchable in the low caste, especially the what I call the outcasts in India. Many of them are converting themselves into Buddhism or Christianity because this is a way out from the society system. So Buddha have a detailed explanation on the coming factor that cause the human beings to be born amongst mankind, either to the disability or having defect of your, let's say, your body. Remember, we study Abhidhamma. If you have two roots, you don't have all the roots, proper roots, two rooted on, then you suffer from all this disability. Or endowed with positive attribute. Those who are very kind of forward-looking, mentioned in the question, form the subject of this Cūḻa-kammavibhaṅga sutta. So this is earlier what we have spoken, all the various problems in society. So Buddha, his say, explain on this basic concept of the law of karma. It's the moral responsibility, or what I call the discipline, the liability of an individual to experience the effect of his past karma. So for those who don't believe in the past karma, very hard to explain to them, because as Buddhism, we believe there are past karma. How much bad thing in the past karma affect the present one, we don't know. Okay? So we have to, in every life, bear this, noting that this thing will come and haunt us if at the right moment, right condition, right timing. It can be pleasurable if the karma was wholesome, right? If good karma, everything is beautiful. And painful if the karma was unwholesome. So especially those bad one, nobody want it because it happened. I remember in 1994, the karma played a part in me. It was the worst of my life in my whole life history. One after another. I wouldn't want to review. It is if believe or not, if really your bad karma ripen, wow, you're going to suffer one after another, no end until the whole year. Okay? So I don't know it's a past karma or whatever, but if ever happen, you have to go through the suffering. It is very, very, very bad. Okay? In 1994, I can remember that year. Test of the wholesome being, the character of the thought that impel the action, including thought and speech. Okay? So whatever you want to do good, it start with your thought, your mind. So with mind, you call the very important thing that make us to take the action to whether to the our body or to the mouth. Especially the mouth, easy to break. So be mindful of what you're speaking. The moment you speak wrongly, cannot rewind back. So if nothing better to do, don't anyhow speak. So when you speak wrongly, it's a curse to you. The thing are very karma created, especially good ones, all right, but bad one, then be mindful. One problem that Buddha had in explaining the law of karma and the effect, having rejected the hypothesis of an enduring metaphysical self, was establish the ownership of karma. So Buddha, in all his preaching, he always mentioned this term karma. Karma, that you're going to own it for everything you done. Okay, so you cannot escape one. So you have to be the ownership of karma. So very worrying part is that we Buddhists, especially those taking the 5 precepts, have to carefully and mindfully holding it to make sure how mindful are you not to commit any bad karma. So especially when those people with a lot of responsibility, this karma is very worrying. So anything you make a wrong decision, bad karma result. So Buddha accordingly identified different ways karma relates to a person. This is how we have various kind of karma which we study in early years, what are kind of karma and what kind of result you will get. So these are the aspect of karma, different category. Karma saka, karma as their own. The experiencer is the author of the karma. So you is the one that start this karma because of your action. So don't blame anybody. All these things is caused by yourself. Since the human person is only a grouping of aggregates, right? Human nama rupa. So aggregate is one of it. The ownership is established by relating. So karma is one of the aggregates, namely disposition, the sankhara. So sankhara is one of the factors that arises karma. Mental formation sankhara. So what is inside this sankhara? Includes volition. So that's why Buddha, most of his preaching, volition is a cause of everything, which generates karma, right? Even in Abhidhamma, we also very worrying, especially when you do the 7 moment down there, we generate karma. So when a thing register as good or bad, there's a cause of karma arising. So all these things related to each other. Volition is a thing that cause everything. So the moment you have this intention of doing it, that arise your mind, already one seed, bad seed down there already, or good seed, whatever is good or bad. So karma saka. So you must know all these terms when you elaborating on this particular sutta. Karma daya da. Karma is inheritance, means karma vests the beings with congenital characteristic. That means Buddha taught that one should strive to perform good deeds, the kusala karma, to ensure favorable inheritance in future existence. This is what I try to explain what is congenital. It means when you do good thing, you have a good seeds that will be favorable for you. So in your next future life. So when you are bad karma seed, you are destined to have a bad inheritance in your next existence. So this is called congenital. So encourage mindful living, meaning aware of one's action and their consequences. Suggest that instead of blaming fate, some people blame this thing happened, or others, or God test me, or one should take responsibility for their life circumstances. So karma dayada is the one, is inheritance. And whatever you done in this life, you create a seed that, whether good or bad, will carry on with this seed to the next life. Okay, remember all these particular Pali term to explain what is the karma. Karma yoni. Karma as a source. Origin means the karma, one of the factors that determine the nature of personality, the source from which the nature of personality springs. Karma yoni emphasize that karma is the primary cause of rebirth, not the creator God. This is a continuing explaining of karma. So what determines our next life is karma. So as long as there's karma, you are not enlightened to the Arahant, you will have this cycle even in the godly realm, especially in the form of formless realm. So when you expire your life, this karma will still cause your rebirth. Upon your expiry in the godly realm, you still need to come back. So it's not due to, especially the Hindu, they believe in the creator God. God asked me to come back. God test my faith. Okay. And the other one is faith, fatalism. Hokkien say, 注定, okay. Or what is called the, one of the Samana teacher also said, your life life is fated. Okay. So one life is like that. Or random chance. Another Samana teacher say, this is by chance. So it reinforces the idea that we are the creators of our own destiny through our intention action. That's what Buddha put across in most of the sutta, that you are the creator of your own destiny because of your intention action that cause karma. Example here say, encourage self-reflection. So Buddhism is about when you practice, you have to reflect on it. What kind of womb, future am I creating with my action? That's why whenever you do, especially bad thing or good thing, at least is no bad result. But in bad thing, when you created, you determine your next life. So karma is a factor, or is it a kind of morality that teaches us? It motivates us to do ethical living. I mean, have a disciplined life as every thought, every word and deed shape our destiny. So our thought, our word, and your deed, these are factors that affect our next life. Next one, Kammavibhaṅga. Karma as kin means karma when wholesome can establish a beneficial relationship and bring about the welfare of the individual. So this particular teaching emphasizes that a person karma is their closest companion. So karma can consider as your very good friend, closest companion, more than family, right? Your family, you can't do much about it. But this karma is so close to you. And determine also your wife, your wealth, or social status. You are born in a rich or poor family, or whatever kind of country also, because it determines their future happiness or suffering. Okay? That's why we have the chance to practice Buddhism, because we are born in the right place, right time, right? If you are in the Middle East, every day is war. You don't even get a chance to practice whatever you want. Life is suffering. So it encourages mindfulness in action. That's why you have mindfulness doing meditation. So when you do meditation, mindfulness, also coming out of meditation, you also must have this mindfulness in your daily life. Don't just meditate, so good in meditation, but come out is a monster. Okay? Mindfulness as a practitioner is at all times. Knowing that karma is an ever present relative, so motivates ethical living as wholesome deeds lead to happiness, while unwholesome one brings suffering. So it reinforces the self-responsibility instead of blaming others, one reflect on their own action. So basically, karma is about your own kind of like your brother there. So you cannot run away. So everything is so close to you. So this is called Kammavibhaṅga. So next one is Karma Patisarana. Karma as a refuge means that karma protects those who perform good acts and who lead them to enlightenment and liberation. I mean, by doing all this good intention, how terrible you are, but with this good act, is sort of like a protection against things that are going bad against going to happen to you. So it also slowly lead you to enlightenment and liberation. So this principle teaches that a being, true safety and future well-being depend entirely on their own ethical conduct, not external saviors. Like you hold your precept very clearly and uphold it, then it's better than holding an amulet. People say the more amulet, more protection. But believe me, this 5 precept is a better amulet than the one externally for these external saviors to help you. Okay, so 5 precepts, you feel clean and very pure. You have to believe this. You experience in your life all these good things happening in you, protecting you. Okay, and then luck or what I call divine intervention. You don't need any God to help you. Okay, even when you are on this dark road or feel something very something, especially on dark road, and feel very your hair standing up, especially visit dark places for first time, then with your 5 precepts, this invisible being will still respect you because you uphold the status as a Buddhist. Okay, these are more powerful than amulets. So it's a call for self-responsibility and mindful living. So Kamma Patisana is for self-responsibility and mindful living. So what is that? What are practical application? Ethical living, Sila. As I told you earlier, 5 precepts. Follow the 5 precepts to avoid harmful karma. If you can follow these 5 precepts, unlikely you'll create this harmful karma. Okay? Unlikely. Okay? Cultivate generosity, your dana. You practice charity of giving. Giving without attachment. Compassion, karuna. Help, render when somebody is suffering and need assistance. Example, for example, I was in the bus taking public transport. One old senior, a lady, very choosy. So bus start moving. She choose for the best seat, best position. The bus never wait for you. Zoom, the whole woman with a basket of marketing lie flat on the floor, on the bus, on the floor. You know Singaporean, oh, I said too much. Typical selfish. So I myself already not so healthy. Say nobody render any help. This compassion must come out automatically. So also stand up myself, put down my things, and then help her out. The lady is really heavy. And then look around, nobody assists me. And after, luckily one mate come and carry her up. So sad thing. But compassion arise. This is automatic. You must, once you see, you must do it. Just cannot say wait for somebody to do it. Even though I myself not as healthy as her. So these are compassion, which we as a Buddhist, we must arise it immediately. Not stop and hesitate. And also wisdom. Okay. So at the end of your course, you should have more wisdom. And then mindfulness, sati. Be aware of intention, cetana, as they shape karma. Remember, Buddha always speak intention. This is the intention that will shape your karma. The Satipatthana Sutta. Remember earlier one we talked about mindfulness one. Teaches mindfulness or path to liberation. So mindfulness is another important factor. Creating karmic change. Negative habits can be undone through repentance, restraint, and meditation. Okay? So when you have all these bad things, try to overcome it. Okay? Not to do it again. Okay? Have to cut off totally. So go on the good side. Empowerment over fatalism. Past karma influence, but does not enslave us. We know that past karma present, it will influence our current life or the next life. But we still have to carry on. Don't kill them, say past karma happen, just everything 注定 we die, and then you don't change, nothing will change. So present effort can change the trajectories. I mean, present thing can change the future. Especially Angulimala, a good example. We stop for 10 minutes and come back again.